All right, this here is Ebony Girl. She is an F1B mini Bernedoodle from Harriet and Griswold, and she is now 5.5 months old. She is our biggest girl. She weighs 13 pounds, and we're expecting her adult weight to be 25, possibly 30 pounds once she's fully grown at about a year old. She is all kinds of fun. Merle, I love all the coloring that she has. And right now it's really soft because her hair is long, but as she gets older, if you ever decide to cut her hair down short, you're really going to be able to see all her spots come out. So let's start with her face. She's got tan around her muzzle, and then she's got tan eyebrows. She's got some gray and tan merling on both of her ears, you can see. And then she's got, it's different shades. Sorry, babe, I know. Let's stand you up this way. Maybe that will be more comfortable. There we go. So you can see all of her different colors. She's got a really nice, beautiful, dark chocolate spot here. And then she goes from being white to a really light brown. And then all of this ticking in here, she does have color all along her tail. Thank you. And a white tip. She's got white on socks on her front legs and back legs. Yes, and a little bit of a white blaze. It's just hard to see because it all blends in. Plus she's got super fun spotted nose. It goes from pink to liver color, and her eye color is really great too. She's got her eyes are green, amber, and blue. So she's got all these different spots in her eyes, and it's a really fun mix. Yes, it is. Yes. And this girl has been so fun because she has really good energy. She's definitely the highest out of all of her sisters. She loves to work, she loves to explore, she loves new things, she gets excited about all of it. So for instance, they just got Baz a few days ago, and it's been a little while since they had one. And while her sisters, they sat there for me, they do really good, but I could tell they were a little worried, so we just did lots of treat while we did it. Well, this girl, we made a mess in the laundry room while we were doing it because she was wagging her tail almost the whole time, and of course there was water and soap on her tail. I wasn't going to stop her from doing it. I was just really thrilled to see that she was just so happy and content with everything that we were doing. We also just recently went to our vet again so that all of them could get rabies shots. And again, her tail was wagging while we were in there, why she's getting the shot, why everybody's talking to her, where her sisters were, they're like, oh yeah, this place, you know, it's not like they would come here all the time. They don't have horrible experiences there, but it can be a little concerning with all the different smells and sounds and noises that are going on. But Miss Ebony here, she loves all of it. But then with that, when she decides she doesn't like something, she really doesn't like it. So we have had a few things where she was not happy about it. For instance, there was a man who was wearing a hat. She hadn't seen that before, really, a Western big brimmed hat. And she was just like, no, this is a new creature. I need to be aware of this. So she just kept barking. He took the hat off. She was fine. She was okay with the hat, but the hat on the head, that was a whole different story. So it just helps me to be aware that, you know, when there's something like that, that she just decides in her mind that that is just too weird, can't deal with it. It's just something to keep on working with her with, and then she'll be fine and doing like she's doing now, or she'll be wagging her tail and just thinking it's great. She has done really good with all of her training because she really does like it. She takes a little bit longer because she is excited, but she's so excited she loses focus. So she's one where we'll be working on something and I've learned, I introduce it and then I just let her go play and give her a little break, maybe let her take a little nap, and then come back, and then she's like, okay, I got it, I know this. Whereas with her sisters, I can just continue working and they will very often pick it up in that first session. Miss Ebony here just needs a break in between, and then she gets it really good. Thank you. Oh, and her coat she is going to be one that will be curly, a little bit more like the poodle once her adult coat comes in. She's already got lots of really good curl. It's just all brushed out right now, so you don't really see it. So she's going to be one that will need grooming just a little bit more, about every 6 weeks. I mean, you can still go to the 8 weeks. A lot of it all depends if you keep brushing it. It's just the same as human hair. If we've got really curly hair, then we are more apt to get those mats than someone who has really straight hair that doesn't tangle easily. So it's the same with our puppies. So just regular brushing with her, and then getting her to the groomers or doing that yourself, and also depending on if you keep the coat long or short. If it's short, then there's not as much brushing, obviously. If you're keeping it long, then a little bit more to work through and make sure you're taking care of that. And she does really good on the grooming table, thank you, and doesn't have any problems with that. In fact, very often she feels like we're playing and constantly wants to investigate the brush or the clippers, which is fine. I let her do that because it's all just different personalities and letting them be who they are. And as far as all of the cues, she does know sit and lay down. She works good in a crate. She works good walking on a leash. And she's also great about riding around in cars and learning, the basics that I've talked about with our other puppies, which is the off and the leave it. We don't do negative consequences here. It's all positive reinforcement. So as soon as they do what I'm asking them to do, then they are getting a reward of some kind, whether that's a treat or it's, affection and good job. We use that a lot around here, and just tell them how great they are for doing the types of behaviors that we want, and the negative behaviors we try to just ignore if we can. But if they are doing something like, for instance, jumping up, that's one of the things we try to teach all of our puppies. We don't want them to be jumpers and jumping up and scratching on people, especially little children. That could be really scary. So that's where we use the term off. And then as soon as they stop jumping, then we're giving them special attention. And so they quickly learn that they get the attention for sitting calmly rather than for jumping. When this girl was little and I did her 8-week-old video, I recommended that she not go into a home with little children under 5 years old. Now that she's gotten a little bit bigger and getting a little bit past some of her puppy stage, she could definitely do some younger children, but I still would not do any crawlers or toddlers, just because she is so excited and so curious about everything. I still think that that would just be a frustration for her and for everybody else in the household, because she would constantly be getting told that what she's doing is not okay, because it probably wouldn't be. She'd probably be grabbing their toys, grabbing their hands, grabbing their clothes, because she wants to check everything out. And so it's better if it's older children who would be able to hold their arms up and stand like a tree, and then she would stop. So the kids would need to be old enough to know to do that. As she does like being active, she's also very agile and loves to just to be able to explore new things and check it out and run all around. And she doesn't have to do it all the time, but she's definitely one that would do good to have some regular walks. I think that if she wasn't getting a little bit of regular exercise, then I could see that some of that pent-up energy, she would find something to do on her own. So I'm not talking about an hour every day. It's just making sure that she can get out on a regular basis, and that could even be outside in your own yard, but introducing new things for her, giving her those things that are a challenge to keep that curiosity that she's got going, so that she doesn't get into the stuff that you don't want her to. Yep, thank you. And she's a licker too. She likes to give kisses. Okay, is that it? I think so. Oh, she has all her shots too, so she's fully vaccinated, ready to go until she's a year old. And she also, like her sister Cream Girl, does have a small umbilical hernia, about the size just of the very, very tip of my pinky. So very small, no problems, not hurting her in any way, and can be taken care of when she is spayed. It's not good to put them under for something that's not necessary. So it can wait until then, and at that point we do reimburse up to $200 for the extra charge that your vet will put on your bill for the hernia surgery. And so far I think our most expensive has been $150, so the $200 has always covered that. All right, let's go to a close-up because I want you to be able to see her eyes and her fun nose. Yes. Look. I don't know if we can see it in here, huh? I'm gonna hold you really awkward. There we go. Just gotta look in the camera, babe. Maybe a little bit. All right, I know, more kisses. Okay, there she is.